More often than not, every spring we're gifted with local strawberries, and we're at a farm with 7 acres worth in one spot. Our guest is Mitchell Lester, owner of Lester Farms here in Lebanon. Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for being here.
Tell us about your strawberries and how you got started in this, because 7 acres is a lot of strawberries.
Yes, 7 acres is, so especially because in the strawberry world, everything is still done by hand for the most part, especially when you're talking about local strawberries. So planting by hand, picking by hand, all the way down to selling direct to the customer at our retail farm market. My beginning in agriculture began with just raising a family garden right here on Coles Ferry Pike. Back when I was 6 or 7, we planted our first garden. One summer we had an abundance of different things, so I set up a little produce stand at the end of our driveway.
Love it.
It was a lemonade stand with produce.
Right.
And that is how I began growing and selling produce. Strawberries came a little later when I recognized the demand for them, how many people wanted them, so that's become a significant and primary crop of Lester Farms and our operation, just because who doesn't like local strawberries in season?
Talk to us about the challenges that you face in growing local strawberries.
Yes, myself or anyone who raises local strawberries of any quantity or size, whether it's home gardener or larger scale grower, the challenges are numerous and they are different, it seems, every year depending on what the weather is doing. Primary because strawberries are from start to finish in Tennessee an 11-month crop. So the crop we're standing in right now began last June. Field work began in August, working the ground. The beds and irrigation, all of this was laid in August. Planting happens at the end of September, beginning of October. So it's a very large window of time to have the crop grown and cared for, which also presents lots of numerous challenges. So you're dealing with hot and dry at planting in the fall. That's often our hottest and driest time of year,
right.
End of September and October. You're dealing with cold, freezing events in the winter. Dealing with numerous cold freezes when your blooms begin to bloom in the spring. We're having to put frost covers on and off the whole month of March and the whole month of April, protecting our crop. It does seem to work out whether one season is no good and the next is. You know, you're always just keep farming, keep moving, and change as you need to through the year to take care of issues.
And so this year, what are your specific challenges?
Yes. So as we stand here today, yesterday evening, we're standing here. I think it's 88 degrees today, May 2nd in Tennessee. I think yesterday was 84. 83 or 84, which is hot.
Yes.
Especially for ripe fruit. So, 2 challenges. One is the problem you would rather have, and that's the yield has been significantly good this year. This crop has yielded lots of strawberries very early. The problem with that is keeping up picking. How fast can you pick them? Because the hotter it is, the faster they ripen. We're seeing a lot of the fruit become overripe, blistered by the heat, so we're having to remove it from the plant and throw it on the ground. So that was a problem just here in the last 2 days, and that's related to heat.
That hurts.
It does.
And so these plants that we're looking at here, it's got a combination of everything going on.
Yes.
You've got ripe fruit, you've got blooms, you've got buds,
Exactly.
You've got not ripe fruit.
Exactly.
So every day is picking?
We are picking every morning, starting at 5 or 5:30. The crew will come in, we will build all of the boxes that we pick into, load them with all of the quarts, and then at about 5:30 or 6, we will head to the field to start picking. The heat determines how long we can pick in a day. Today's going to be hot early. It's 9:30 now and it's already hot, so we won't be able to pick much past 11 just because the fruit gets softer and it's harder to pick and keep the fruit not bruising it when it's so hot.
And all of yours is picked by you?
Everything is pre-picked, picked by our crew, and then taken to our farm market down the road and sold there.
So if our growers and that watch this show have a few plants of their own, can you give us a few tips about when to pick and how to pick?
Yes. So you always want to pick red fruit. You're not ever wanting to pick immature fruit or overripe. So there really is a specific stage of ripeness that you'd like to pick to be the most sweet and the best for the customers. And that is fully red, So I'm always stressing to our pickers to leave the orange for the next day or the following day. So we will try to pick the same plant every 2 or 3 days.
Got it.
And that typically is the turnaround time for having the right ripeness on the plant. So when it comes to actually picking the fruit off, you would take your hand and you just twist a little bit, twist up, and it will pop the stem right off the fruit, right off the plant. Instead of pulling the fruit directly off, then you run the risk of pulling the whole plant out of the ground.
Right.
Which is obviously not what you want to do.
Exactly. So the twisting keeps you from having to pinch.
Yes, and twist I don't mean from like right to left, I mean just
a forward kind of motion.
Yes, forward and backwards, just literally almost popping it right off the stem.
So your pickers are probably very experienced at that and can do it really quickly, right?
Yes, I have been really fortunate to have a really good crew of pickers that have been, some of them have been picking, this is their 13th season.
Wow.
Have been picking strawberries with us since I was a junior and senior in high school. So
wow.
I am incredibly grateful for that. We have 2 varieties this year, Chandler and Ruby June. Primarily everything we have this year is Ruby June. That being said, it's a newer variety on the market. They are bigger and they have a great flavor, and they also handle sun and rain better than some of your older varieties.
I noticed your spacing on this. Does it need air in between the plants?
Yes, so we space our plants a little further apart than we used to, specifically for that reason. It allows more sun to get to the fruit, which
right.
makes sweeter fruit.
Right.
It allows air to pass through, which helps with plant diseases. So ours are spaced at, it's like 15 and a half, 16 inches from center of plant to the center of the plant.
Got it.
And then there's 2 rows of strawberries on
right.
each bed, and we stagger those rows so that wind can pass through.
Got it. Very smart. And the plastic is here to just keep the weeds out of the plants.
The plastic is, so the plastic beds, it's actually, the term is plasticulture. It's a way of growing horticultural crops, fruits and vegetables. For strawberries, I don't know that I would do it any other way on a large scale, because these beds are built in the fall. The irrigation line is underneath the bed, the drip irrigation. So what it does, in the winter, it warms your soil. In the winter and spring, it warms your soil. When you have red fruit, it's laying on the plastic and not dirt, so the fruit is really clean.
Right.
It's a weed block,
right.
So you're not having weeds growing up all through the season. Having said that, we have to hand weed every single plant in late winter, because you will have winter weeds that like to grow right next to the plant, right through your planting hole.
Like that crack in the sidewalk,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, so we are still hand weeding all 7 acres in late winter.
You hope this extends through June.
We would like to see our strawberry season begin as early as it can, but really we'd like to see the 1st or 2nd week of June. We'd like to harvest through the 1st or 2nd week of June. That would be the goal. It doesn't happen every year.
A lot of people think that end of May, end of strawberries, but that's not necessarily the case.
I would call that an average, but that is certainly not fact or science. May is typically Tennessee strawberry season, Middle Tennessee specifically. Last year we picked through the 3rd week of June last year.
Perfect.
And there were some farms in the area that almost picked to the 1st of July. So I've never seen that before.
So you know what? So don't discount June.
No, don't
right?
discount June. But also don't wait till June.
Right.
If you
right.
need strawberries, don't wait till June, just because some years you do not harvest that long.
Right. Thank you, Mitchell, so much for this, and thank you for the effort that's gone into building Lester Farms into what it is today. It is a gift to those of us that live here in Middle Tennessee, and we appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for coming out, and thank you for saying that. I would like to also say I feel from an early age I have felt that it was a gift to be able to do this, and certainly the people who have helped me along the way, family, employees, vendors, mentors, there's been just a wide group of those people. So they have been a gift to me, and it is certainly all of that has made this operation and Lester Farms exist as it does today.
And it's why we're here.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Mitchell.
Thank you so much for coming out.
If you like gardening, you'll want to subscribe to our channel. Home gardening tips from growers, and lots of plants. Until next time.